To you. Talk us through what is on display there this afternoon.
Well, there's a hive of activity here in Woodstock where the life of Jakes Gerwel is being celebrated. You have young children, elderly, as well as the middle age just coming here to just basically look at the life of Jakes Gerwel. I mean, right now we're inside a hall where they've put up pictures of this man who we very well know that he was at some point the right-hand man of a former first black president, Nelson Mandela, and obviously very involved in the world of academia. But now you have, like I said, where we are inside this hall, pictures of him leading and in the forefront of many organizations and marches which were led to fight against the against the apartheid government rather. And with me I have Theo Camp from the Jakes Gerwel Foundation. Thank you so much for joining us, Theo. Now I'm just looking at some of these pictures which obviously paint a picture of the role and the impact of Jakes Gerwel in bringing South Africa to where it is today.
Yes, I think one gets to forget the long way to freedom, as I must say it, and the role Jakes Gerwel played in helping to get apartheid down. I mean, we take it for granted nowadays, but I think it was hectic days, and it was quite a role he played. Also as rector of the University of Western Cape, and to the cabinet of Nelson Mandela.
Now, there are various activities that are taking place here today. I mentioned now that you have this room, this gallery full of his pictures. Outside you have what seemingly looks like a stage where artists and poets are performing. Take us through the program today.
Yes, we wanted to sort of portray what Jakes Gerwel stood for, which is his love for poetry, for the arts, for open discussions, for the visual arts. You know, so that's what we wanted to achieve today, to bring people together and celebrate his legacy. So we've got a program started today at 10 o'clock and is going on until 9 o'clock. Tonight we started off this morning with, I think, extraordinary music and a visual artist on stage painting a portrait of Jakes Gerwel. We've got the film students of UWC working on a documentary of Jakes Gerwel and his life. And then later on we've got keynote speaker Jay Naidoo is going to be here, and Ahmad Dangor, the established writer and well-known writer, is going to deliver the Jakes Gerwel lecture. We've got also panel discussions. We've got one now in 30 minutes' time about the intellectual of today and what it means to be an intellectual and what the responsibilities are of being an intellectual.
Before I let you go, Theo, how important is for the organization to host such events to showcase the life of this legend?
We want to celebrate the life of Jakes Gerwel, and we do it every year. The idea, the rationale behind it is to have people together here to create a platform for kids, comes from Grassy Park on the Cape Flats, to perform and express their poetry, to have discussions, as I said. So it's a way to create a platform for people to come together. That is what Jakes Gerwel stood for social transformation, for breaking down all barriers. And we are honored to have so many people here. And thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Theo Camp from the foundation. I'm going to ask my colleague to zoom in and show you a picture behind me of the great man who was with a legal team when they were walking to the Supreme Court asking for permission to celebrate Nelson Mandela's birthday. So you have a variety of pictures, and right there at my far right you have him with Nelson Mandela, in fact, at an event trying trying to celebrate journalists who had covered Ruth first back in the 90s. And then again, as my colleague is moving, I'm going to ask her to zoom in and show you a picture that is behind me, where you have Jakes Gerwel walking with a legal team to the Supreme Court, asking for the apartheid government to allow celebrations for the 70th birthday of former president and first black president of this country, Nelson Mandela. And you also have him with various other struggle stalwarts in these pictures around us, and people have actually started gathering inside this gallery to view some of these pictures as the day progresses.
ENC reporter Athi Mtongana, thank you very much for that update. Now,